y'all. I'm Shy Excel, man. And let me tell you something. We different over here. We big steppers. Let's go.
Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Yo, what you say? No, we don't play you out your mind. Watch what you say, that type of shit could get you lined. And if you search, then let me tell you what you'll find. The city is mine. Just a mud who became the pick of the litter. Now my name ring bells when you talk heavy hitters. Nice nigga, but don't make me transform like Thriller. Sam Cooke a nigga beat like I was born by the river. Go get her, you piss her, you get off of the shitter. Can't put you in the spotlight, you niggas are with her. Keep an eye open around for any nigga that slither. Cause it ain't no sunshine here like Bill Withers, whoa. Fuck you know about this life I live. How you gon' talk to me like I ain't lose no rib? Like I ain't lose no crib, ain't lose no kid. Ain't sleep in my car and I ain't lose no gig. Shit, I never gave an order that I ain't did. And I ain't never take a fucking thing that I wouldn't give. Always kept it a bill, homie, I ain't fib. And if I had to go sit, then I just do my bid. Yo, my whole team full of steel beams we can't fold. Your whole circle full of some squares you can't roll. That's why we always take it to levels you can't go. Talk shit, but you can see me with these hands though. If looks to kill like Cyclops, these niggas wanna see me in Pine Box. Know that on my watch, got a better chance to rewind clocks when you quit nigga when time stops, bitch. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa.
His flow is award-winning. Torment him, bomb to death, I'm bored with him. Trash him, throw him away with the has-beens. Ice cold with the flow, I'm Alaskan. You was in the fucking jungle in the past tense. I be with the lions, they my friends, Harold Baskins. And like her, they'll never find a body. Tiger stripe tracksuit, feeling like Joe Exotic. Shit, I don't know what it is, but I know I got it. Feeling like Alonzo, surgical with the shotty. All you see is skull and bones, Illuminati. Probably, I be the illest nigga to do it. I just talk shit on the beat and they call it music. I just come provide you with heat, remain the coolest. You ain't never been in the street with all the shooters. I was sipping yak with rioters and looters. Gotta keep my boots laced, shoot straight. Run up on you with the deuce 8 in a screw face. It's bad out here, my style effortless. 2 hands hugging a Ruger, so affectionate. Lot of suckers don't want war, I'm respecting it. Biggest stepper, snatch your plate, the hood starving. Cause they got beard shoot trades like James Harden. Straight from NY to Philly, we still mobbing.
Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. 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 Whoa.
Ooh, 27 Club.
All right, gang, let's really nail it this time. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Florida Lee on my top, this a Saints hat. This the third can't be been in, he a J-Cat. Nigga tryna steal the sauce, yeah, I hate that. But I ain't make the rules, I can't change that. New bottle, new wine, yeah, I can't crack. Look, flag on the play, they grabbing face masks. Niggas always saving hoes where your cape at. The only killer that you know without no face tag. Hell yeah, my bitch bad, Proverbs 31, yeah. This is not a drill, I be 30'd up, yeah. He about to crack the sky, you better hurry up. It's all bad when you see us hang that jersey up. It's mad brick, I got the blick with my cover on. He a fed, he a op, got his cover blown. Look, I'm really outside without no scully on. It's one West, bitch, I'm on with my brothers on. He got ranked, then he left, he broke another oath. I got the plate, we about to take another zone. They was sleeping on the team, now they comatose. Left his brother out to dry, I guess he wanna fold. Put the oil on his head, that's another soul. I try to tell him we a pro, don't do this shit at home. She unhappy, left her man, she a 304. He try to justify that shit, he broke the penal code. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Gotta watch these niggas, they be cointel. LeBron ain't never killed nobody, but I know he will. It's on me, yeah, where I go, yeah, that's the holy seal. My niggas itching when it's up, you better not touch a chair. Ooh, I'm with the extra, that's on the back. He ain't loyal to his brothers, how you follow that? She either working with her hands or she off her bag. Broke bitches, yeah, they done that, give me a heart attack. You see the banner above my head, I'm a part of that. These niggas cowards, pussies, we don't want no parts in that. They let our warrior out of prison, he ain't going back. And don't be speaking on the truth, cause we with all of that. Look, before they started dissing, they was fans first. You will never catch me digging in no man purse. Really put my brick in, that's why my hands hurt. And don't be speaking bullshit, that make my head hurt. Look, I done burn my fingers from the Michael Drake. For the brotherhood, I done threw my life away. I never see him, tell him come off from their hiding place. We can't do it, we told them we gon' find a way. They rather march 1,000 deep, we rather feed the people. They wouldn't put on all black, now he reading Hebrew. You speak the standard if you speak on Hebrew. Don't think they solid, get with them niggas just gon' leave you. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship.
All right, first reader, present thyself in our registry. Чубаш Раказа Баняура Баняшал. Я башим Шабакта. Jealous.
Lá sala.
So I'll turn it over. Majum, which means stand. Find Yapadam, turn your face to east, which is just this direction. It's the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew. It's the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13. Abanaw. Basmai. Kudash. Hayah. Shunka. Yahweh. Lakuka. Taba'a. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashmai. Nathanaw. Lacham. Ka. Yawam. Basalak now. Sabawat now. Kaslak now. Sabawat now. Wala'a. Tabiyan now. Ponsawan. Abal. Habusha now. Mayang. Right. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahatapara. I will love you. Amen. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. We forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Pray for the Hakak, the power of evil. Yahweh Shimi Hawashah. Habakusha. Nathanaw. Hakak. La Rapa'ah. Ka Makala. Waka Marwa. Hakak. Atahar. Hamatazarai. Hakak. La Haku. Hamathu. Hakak. Arakwa, Hakama'ala, Lagarshan, Shimi Abusha, Kawadama. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahusha. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. For the blessed Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shemi Yahushua. Barakman out. Oyasha'ala. Habayah. Sapari. Shemi Yahushua. Wadama. In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us in Yasha'ala and the school. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayani. Ahahari. Ayan. Yaba'ah. Azar. Ma'an. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Baraktaza. Ayathan. Lamawah. Drago. Al Yanawam. Shamar. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamar. Yasha'al. Yahweh. Shamar. Yahweh. Tazor. Ayat. Yamnik. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Walayala. Yahweh. Yashamar. Akarak. Yashamar. Athnabashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'at. Wabawa'ak. Ma'ika. Ba'ai. Hawalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not stumble. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'ah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon that right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
and thy coming in. This time forth.
This time forth.
And even forevermore.
Even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damian Lakan.
All the beyond the car.
Al Dacharash.
All the cross.
Wa Al Tashqua.
All the squat.
All Kayahana.
Kayakana.
Awiyadika.
Awiyadika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama
Wamashanayaka.
Yawan.
Sha'a Wara'ash.
Sha'awa'ah.
Al Aimaka. Ya'ariyam.
Yahweh.
Sawa.
Squat.
Waya.
Yeah.
Saya Aikazwa.
Yeah. Squat.
Our Taza Pawanyaka.
All the one.
Amar.
Mar.
Lakawa.
Lakwa.
Wanaka Kidam.
Nakakana.
Magawi.
God.
Wala'a.
Wala.
Yasakar.
Yasakar.
Shamya Sha'al.
Shamyasha.
Awa.
Abba.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa Aikazwa.
Noah. Squat.
La.
La.
Yakhali.
Ra.
Ayu.
Ayu.
Maria.
Maria.
Yakara.
Yakra.
Ahali.
Ahali.
Arawam.
Arawam.
Waya Shemai Alayam.
Why is Mar?
Awa'am.
Awa'am.
Wahagari.
Hagar.
Gabal.
Kubal.
Wa'amawan.
Amwa.
Wa'amala.
Amla.
Al-Shah.
Asha.
Amyasha.
Asha.
Tazawo.
Tazabo.
Gam Ashawo.
Gamashabo.
Nalawa.
Nawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Haywa.
Haywa.
Sarawat.
Sarwa.
Abani Lawa.
Banyalawa.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Asha.
Kamani.
Kamani.
Kasiyah Sarah.
Kasiyah.
Kayabi.
Kayai.
Balakho.
Balakho.
Oyashwan.
Yashwa.
Nashmar.
Nashma.
Ba'ayam Da'am.
Banyalawa.
Haywa.
Haywa.
Daman.
Yaman.
Ladam.
Ladam.
Shaitam.
Shaitam.
Nadaya Muwa.
Daya. Kawa.
Kaira.
Kara.
Waksa'ab.
Kazab.
Waksibah.
Kazaba.
Waktazamana.
Zomana.
Call the Sakam.
Kona.
Ashar.
Shah.
Amaru.
Amar.
Nairusha.
Ayasha.
Lanawa.
Nawa.
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 Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Walahaya.
Alahayim.
Shayatamu.
Shaitan.
Kagalgala.
Kagalgala.
Kakwash.
Kwash.
Apanya Raka.
Banyalawa.
Ka'ash.
Ka.
Taba Ira Ya'iru.
Taba Ira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakala.
Alaha.
Kala.
Aryam.
Arya.
Kadarda.
Kala.
Basar.
Basar.
Wabasapapa.
Basapa.
Tabalaham.
Tabalaham.
Mala'a.
Mala.
Panyaham.
Banyalawa.
Walawan.
Wawa.
Wayabakwash.
Yawash.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahaw.
Yahaw.
Yabash.
Yabash.
Wayabahaw.
Yabahaw.
Ari'ai.
Yah.
Wayasapaw.
Yah.
Wayabaru.
Yah.
Wayada'i.
Yah.
Kayatha.
Yah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahaw.
Yahaw.
Labarka.
Yabash.
Ayawan.
Ayuwa.
Cow. Harakasa.
Harakasa.
In English, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
Be not still, O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
that enemies take tumble,
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
and they have lifted head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
let us cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Yahshua may be no more remembered.
That the name of Yahshua may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
Israelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
So is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They are the children of God.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
So unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the work of Kisam,
Esau,
which perished at Endor.
no,
They became as dung for the earth.
they became as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like a ram,
No, the bread,
like Sam.
like said,
Yea,
yet
other princes as Sabah,
all the princes of God,
and as Salmon,
and as of them
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
let us think to ourselves how to possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like the wheel.
Make them like the wheel.
It's the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
It's the fire burnt the wood.
Fire burn the wood.
And as the flame set the mountains on fire.
Flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
They may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yeah. Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
the Most High,
the Most High,
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
For the power structure in Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shah.
Protect Yahweh, Yahweh Shah.
Wame Aka'ala,
Oh Yahweh.
Wa'ahayim,
Wa'ahayim.
Matazab Yah, Alawak Yahana, Alawak, Hasaranya, Abatazaya, Akayayari, Yahweh, Hashem Yahshua, Waraman. In English, bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahshua, and Mike, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the general, the captain, the officers, the troopers, and the assistants, Yahweh, the name Yahweh. Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Start to the front. All right, Yashabian, be seated. All right, Shalom Israel, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Latham Hashem Yahshua to the sisters. We are the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, established in 1969, 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commander General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other organization. Israel, pay your tithes, man. Go to isupk.com, chips in. We are Isupk Milwaukee, the Sabbath service. Also, get ready for the Midwest Fire Weekend. That's going to be coming down July 31st through August 2nd in Chicago, Illinois. You can check in with isupkchicago.com, get all the contact information. If you need any accommodations, if you have any contributions, you can go find the GoFundMe there, and you can contact the school. So Isupk Milwaukee Sabbath service. We are in Genesis, it's like Exodus, chapter 35, verse 18. Trooper, whenever you're ready, let them know where you're at. Kick it off.
Come.
So we've been going over the past couple of weeks, again in Exodus, coming out of Egypt into the wilderness, trying to reorganize according to our culture, because everything that we had known prior to was pretty much based on the Egyptian society. So now we're coming out of their authority and rulership, establishing our own, using the law, statutes, and commandments that defines our culture by God. So we are going over some of the laws on agriculture, some of the laws on trespassing, some of the laws on if you steal, some of the laws on being a drunkard, being disobedient to your parents. It might seem harsh to today's society, but a lot of y'all kids need we need more discipline as a people in general. And we have to start off young in order so that when they get older, they don't need their parents holding their hand anymore. And that's why some of these protocols seem so strict and outdated to y'all, because you're comfortable with the liberties that America affords you. You can be an alternative lifestyle. You can get as high as you want. You can apparently you can commit as many crimes as you want, as many felony charges as possible, and still become president of the United States if you're an Edomite. So looking at their culture, the so-called white man's culture here in America, when we try to mimic it, look at P. Diddy. When we try to mimic it and act like we can play in that same playing field, we have different repercussions. We have different consequences. And all of this, again, is defined by our culture, which is outlined by the laws that we were given. That's what separates us from every other group of people, because they were not given these parameters to live by. Everybody will end up obeying the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob at the end of the day. We got to go through World War III first. And everybody's going to be the better for it. You ready? 35:18. Exodus chapter 35, verse 18. The Hebrew, and then we'll read it back in English. Any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to engage in the chat.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 18. Ah. Yathadah.
Where you at?
35 and 18. To Exodus.
Yeah. Chapter 35, verse 18. Point to me where you're at.
I think you're on Genesis.
Again, this is in Genesis then. Okay. This is Exodus. All right, you got it.
Hamasha Khan. Wa'af.
Speak up.
Yathadah. V'chatazar. Wa'af. Mayatharium. Verse 19. Ah. Bagadi. Hasharat. Lasharaf. Bakwadash. Ah. Bagadi, Hakodash, La'aran, Hakahan, Wa'af, Bagadia, Banyawa, Lakahan. Verse 20. Waya Tizaawa. Call. Ida. Banya. Yashali. Malapanya. Masha. Verse 21. Waya Ba'awa. Call. Ayash. Ashar. Nashawa. Labawa. Wakal. Ashar. Nadabu. Rawachawa.
It should be Wakawa.
Rachawa. Athawa. Habayawa. 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 Ah.
That's going to be Tharamath.
Tharamath. Yahweh. Lamarakath. Aho. Moai. Walakal. Ibadathwood. Walla Bagadi. Hakodash. Verse 22. Uyabawa. Panashim. Al. Panashim. Kar. Nadiyad. Lab. Habayawa. Kach. Kach. Wanazam. Watabai. Call Mars. Call. Call you. Zahab. Call. Ayash. Ashar. Punjab. Thunwapath. Zahab. Layahawa. Verse 23. Wakal. Ayash. Ashar. Namataza. Namataza. Athar. The cough. The cloth. Whoa. Waragaman. Waragaman. Without life. Without life. Shanya. Ushash. Why is young? Why rock? I alone. Ma'admium. Ma'admium. Ma'ad
Mod Ma'am.
Waira. Thachashium. Chabayahu. Verse 24. Call. Mariam. The Rawamah. Kasa. Wanachaf. Wanachasha. Babayahu. Ah. Tharma. Yahweh. Wakal. Ashar. Namatza. Thor. Itazia. Shatiyon. Lakal. Malakah. Ha'ibada. Habayahu.
Clap it up for the brother. Great improvement from the last few weeks too. Been definitely stepping it up. And then that's just gonna come with more experience, more preparation. All right, reading back into English, Exodus 35 and 18 through 24. Now we're in making the garments, building the tabernacle, gathering the items, everybody's pitching in. You're gonna see brotherhood and sisterhood expressed here. Like this was never meant to be an easy thing, especially rebuilding on our own outside of a kingdom that had all the resources available, had all the markets where you could buy all these resources. We had to farm all this stuff ourselves. We had to spin all the threads. We had to dye all the fabrics if we didn't already have them with us on our way out. Egypt gave us a lot of stuff because again they were trying to push us out. They didn't want nothing to do with us. The faster that they got us out of their land, the faster they felt that they would be safe from our power that was punishing them for the crimes that they had been committing against us. And it's not even each individual citizen that would have been guilty of it, but them as a nation. And we see the same thing going on with all the different countries that are at war right now. It's not the civilian populations that really have anything to do with it, but they are going to be affected by it. So whenever you're really ready, let them know where you're at. Let's get it.
Exodus 35 and 18. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 18. The pins of the tabernacle and the pins of the court and their cords. Verse 19. The cloths of service.
Clothes.
It's like it. The clothes of service. To do service in the holy place. The holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons, to minister in the priest's office. Verse 20. And all the congregation of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses. Verse 21. And they came, every one whose heart stirred him up, in everyone whom Spirit made willing.
So now, real quick, if you go back a little bit to verse 4, and Moses spake unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, "This is the thing which the Lord commanded, saying." And then it breaks down verse 5, 6, blah, 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 all the way through 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Or it's like 19, detailing all the things that need to get ready and prepared to open up the tabernacle, to set it up for not just the physical structure, but even the adornments of it. The priestly garments. And then in verse 20, we see, all right, and all the congregation of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses. So they got the order from Moses, and now everybody's branching off, kind of going their own ways to get all these different tasks done. And that's what we're going to read next in this portion. Go ahead.
And they brought the Lord's offering to the work of the tabernacle of the congregation, and for all his service, and for the holy garments. Verse 22, and they came, both men and women, as many as were willing-hearted.
As many as were willing-hearted. You got some people that ain't got no interest in it, that don't have a seal. And you got some people that do have a seal, that do got faith. So they're putting their hands to it. And we're going to see the different kind of things that we're either gathering because we already had it, or we end up having to make from scratch. Okay?
And brought bracelets and earrings and rings and tablets, all jewels of gold, and every man that offered an offering of gold unto the Lord. Verse 23, and every man with whom was found blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and red skins of ram and badger skin brought them. Verse 24, every one that did offer an offering of silver and brass brought the Lord's offering, and every man with whom was found shittim wood for any work of the service brought it. Verse 25.
No, just end right there. So I can just look something up real quick. There's one point I want to touch on in verse 23 when it says, and badger skins. Now, we all know, according to the laws that we were given, you got clean and unclean animals that you can use for food, use for clothing, and certain carcasses that you're just not supposed to touch that will make you unclean. Now, that doesn't make you evil if you touch these carcasses, but it does make you unclean for the priest services. So we're not going to use unclean animals to adorn the temple with. So this badger, they're saying probably a foreign derivation, a clean animal with fur, probably a species of antelope. So the word badger just had a different meaning in its origin for how it's applied. That doesn't mean like the badger that we're used today, the honey badger, things like that. That would have been an unclean animal. So we're not going to use that for garments. We're not going to use that for the tabernacles. So this badger that's referring to, just that word in itself, historically from back then, it was a clean animal, just not that unclean thing that we're used to today. Just want to clear that up because everything else had a goat's hair, the rams, and now all of a sudden where you get to an unclean animal, it doesn't work that way. So this would have been a clean animal, probably in I can't remember Not bovine. Damn, I can't think of like the family grouping name of like deer and things like that, but it would have been in that family group, which is lawful to eat, lawful to wear. All right, so back into the Hebrew, Exodus chapter 35, verse 25. We'll call Asha, Chakama, Lab, Bayadia, Tawa, Bayawa, Matwa, Saki, Mataha, Slaki, Matawa, Pathakala, Wa'a, Ragaman, Tawala'ai, Hashanya, Wa'a, Hashasha, verse 26, Wakal, Hanashi, Ashar, Nasha, Laban, Athana, Bachama, Tawa, Hayas Young, verse 27. Wahanasham. It's like it. Wahanasham. Habiawu. Abanya. Hasha. It's like it. Hashaham. Wa'af. Abanya. Hamalayam. La Pawad. Walakhishan. Verse 28. Wa'af. Habasham. Wa'af. Hashaman. La Mawar. Wala Mashan. Amashaka. Wala Padarath. Hasamayam. Verse 29. Call. Ayash. Washan. Slaki. Washa. Ashar. Nadab. Labam. Atham. Lahabia. Lakal. Amalaka. Ashar. Tazawar. Yahweh. It's like Tazwaha. Yahweh. Laishawah. Bayad. Mashah. Abiyahu. Banya Yashal. Naraba. La Yahweh. Verse 30. Wiyamar. Mashah. Abanya Yashal. Ra'awa. Korah. Yahweh. Basham. Batazala'al. Bana warrior. Ban Khawar. Lamata. Yahweh. Verse 31. Uyamala. Athwa. Rakha. Alahayim. Bachama. Slaki. Bachachama. Bathabuana. Babadaif. Wabakal. Malaka. It's like Malaka. All right, back into the English. Exodus chapter 25, verse 31. Or it's like Exodus chapter 35, verse 25 through 31.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 25 in the English. And all the women that were wise-hearted did spin with their hands.
So again, we're making things even by hand from scratch here. So the sisters that got these virtues, these skill sets, they were also put to work. It's not just the men, it's not just the children that get down. You know, it's not just a male only club. Like the sisters put in a lot of work for this too. Go ahead.
And brought that which they had spun, both of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine linen. Verse 26. And all the women whose heart stirred them up in wisdom.
Now that's a hell of a concept. Whose heart stirred them up in wisdom. So if they didn't know this skill set, they went to go learn it. Their heart got stirred up in the wisdom to spin goat hair. Who the hell does that? Who does that? Who spins goat hair? That's some shit. That's a talent right there, man. Keep going.
Come. Spun goat's hair. Verse 27. And the rulers brought onyx stones and stones to be set for the ephod, and for the breastplate. Verse 28. And spice, and oil for the light, and for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense. Verse 29. The children of Israel brought a willing offering unto the Lord, every man and woman whose heart made them willing to bring for all manner of work, which the Lord had commanded to be made by the hand of Moses. Verse 30. And Moses said unto the children of Israel, See, the Lord hath called by name Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. Verse 31.
That was it.
Come, sir.
30, 31. Did you read down to?
Come.
All right, back into the Hebrew. But again, we're seeing all the different tasks that everybody was chipping in on. Even Moses' own, well, not his own son, but yeah, we got some brothers that are mentioned here by name. And that's an honor to get, to get mentioned positively in the Bible. That's almost like a written accommodation. They weren't getting mentioned negatively in the Bible, so that's good. Rabbi? It's like, hey, brother, if you could. Yeah.
Shalaki, if I may, can I bring next?
Want to give it a shot? We ain't got nobody to replace him on tomorrow. Yeah, it's like. Hey, it's like, give Kananya a call. See where he's at. Yeah, we see these brothers mentioned by name from the tribe of Judah, and how they were filled with the spirit of the Most High, and again in that wisdom and understanding and in knowledge and in all manner of workmanship. So these were crafty brothers, these were crafty sisters that put their hands to work. Verse 32 is going to be what's going to lead straight back into it. So back into the Hebrew, Exodus the 35, verse 32. Walach Yashab, Machashabah, Laishah, Bazahar, Wabakisah, Wabanakishah. Verse 33. Wabacharashah, Aban, the Mala'ah, Wabacharashah, Aitazah, Laishawah, Bakal, Mala'akah, Machtashat, Machashabah. Verse 34. Walahawarath, Nathan, Balabah, Hawa'ah, Wahaliyahab, Wahaliyahab, Ban Achayusamak, Lamata Dan. Verse 35. Mala'ah, Atham, Hakamath, Laishawah, Kal, Malakah, Charash, Wachishah, Waraquam, Bathalakath, Wabaragaman, Bathwala'ith, Hashanya, Wabashash, Warag, Aishiyah, Kal, Malakah, Wachishabia, Machashabah. Exodus chapter 36, verse 1. Waisha, Batazala'al, Wahar Yahab, it's like Wahar Yahab, Wakal, Ayash, Kaman, it's like Chakam, La, Ashar, Nathan, Yahweh, Hakama, Wathabu Wana, Bahma, Ladaif, Laisha, Kal, Malakah, Abadah, Hakodash, Lakal, Ashar, Tazwaha, Yahweh. Verse 2. Wayakwara'ah, Mashah, all, Batazala'al, Wa'al, Ahaliyah, Wa'al, Kal, Ayash, Takam, La, Ashar, Nathan, Yahweh, Hakama, Balabwa, it's like Balabah, Kal, Ashar, Nasha'awa, Labah, Aquarabah, all, Hamalakah, Laishah, Athah. Verse 3. Wayakwakah, Malapanya, Mashah, Kal, Atharama, Ashar, Habiawa, Banya Yasha'ala, Lamalakah, Ibadah, Hakodash, Laishah, Athar, Waham, Abiawa, Aywa. Awa. Naraba. Babakwa. Babakwa. Back into the English. Exodus chapter 35, verses 32 through 35, and then chapter 36, verses 1 through 3. You got it?
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 31. And he hath filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom, in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship.
Verse 32. You should be starting at verse 32. Okay.
Verse 32. And to devise curious work.
So again, like he was reading in verse 31, that the Spirit of the Most High was put on him for the wisdom, the understanding, the knowledge, and all manner of workmanship. Verse 32, and to devise curious works. So they're inventing new things. They're coming up with different techniques, different products on the spot. Different, again, going from scratch. So building a foundry, building a forge, building a furnace, to melt everything, to work everything. If they didn't already have it, you got to make tools to get all this stuff done too. You can't work gold. You can't work molten gold by hand. Even after you put it into a mold, that's still going to be hot. You still got to carve it, polish it, hammer it, stretch it out. There's a lot of work that goes in, like to jewelry making, especially with some of these softer metals. But devising, I think that's such a cool statement. Devise curious works. They're coming up with this stuff, off the cuff. Go ahead.
To work in gold and in silver and in brass. Verse 33. And in the cutting of stones to set them, and in carving of wood to make any manner of cunning work.
Like this is very intricate, very detailed stuff. Faceting a stone, I don't know how crazy they got back then with it, but even cutting stones into shape, nice and round and even symmetrical as you can make them, that's tough stuff. Like even jewelers today with top-notch equipment, that's still a task for them to do to make sure that they're doing it right. The polishing grade, it's very tedious work, and they're doing this for the work of the Lord. Like this isn't for them to go to the club. This isn't for them just to look fly, just to catch some women. They got all the women right there. They're not going anywhere else. So all of their goods, all of their efforts, all this fine linen, all this what would be in the market expensively dyed clothing, the scarlet, the purple, the blue, that's expensive to make. Again, if we're doing it from scratch, to source the material needed just to make the dyes, that's a task and a half in itself. There's a lot of work that goes behind just making the dyes, whether you're getting it from flowers, whether you're getting it from stones. The process in which you make that so fine, so fine and workable that you can dye clothes with it, like that's no laughing matter. We're reading as if like it's happening, overnight. These are things that take time to accomplish. We're just reading it step by step. This didn't all take place in one day. Like this was a tedious task from building the tabernacle. I mean, they were putting together their own curtains, the curtain rods, planing down all the planks and all the boards used to build the tabernacle. To do the rough carpentry, to do the framing, it wasn't an easy thing. So this took the nation of Israel to do. This took brothers and sisters, just like this school. This school took the use of brothers and sisters' skill sets to get this place open and up and running. So imagine what they're doing from scratch. At least we got a Home Depot. At least we had, an Ace Hardware and a Walmart that we could go to. They did it. If it wasn't already in their possession when they had left Egypt, they had to source everything from scratch in the wilderness. So they had to go and find the stones. They had to go mine the stones for this. There was no markets here. We had to do all of this ourselves. They had to go mine the stones for the breastplates for the ephods. They had to go mine the stones or get the bugs or get the plants to make the dyes. We had to chop down and source our own wood. And it says the kind of wood, shittim wood that was in that area. You know, it could have been whatever. It could have been pine wood. It could have been oak. It could have been birch. Just in that area, it was shittim. It's not that was necessarily the required wood used for the tabernacle that they had to go 3,000 miles away to go get. We were using the things that were readily available in that area at that time. So shittim wood, you know, that's definitely something that I would take into consideration, kind of as I would to memorialize the work that these brothers and sisters did back then. Hell, I built something out of shittim wood just to kind of call that back. But again, you know, the stones that we had to go get, the onyx, the gold, the silver, the brass. Again, if we didn't have it on us when we left, because now Egypt gave us a bunch of their gold, a bunch of their silver and precious metals. And they I don't want to say they try to pay us off, but they tried to not even incentivize, because we were already on our way out, but they wanted to expedite that. And they wanted to make sure that we had no reason to come back. So they gave us, you know, everything in abundance, probably in hopes that that'll keep us away, that we never have to come back for anything else. And we didn't have to. After this, we established our own nation, and we just kept it pushing from there. So we're seeing, similar to what we see in the UPK today, we're seeing a broken nation of people, a lost and confounded broken nation of people being reorganized, gathering themselves back together, having to rely on each other to get this job done. So I can keep going.
And in carving of wood, to make any manner of cunning work. Verse 34. And he hath put in his heart that he may teach, both he and Aholiab, the son of Isupk, of the tribe of Dan. Verse 35. Them hath he filled with wisdom of heart to work all manner of work of the engraver and of the cunning workman and of the embroidered in blue and in purple, in scarlet and in fine linen, and of the weaver, even of them that do any work, and of those that devise cunning work.
So again, the engraving, the woodworking, the embroidery, that's all fine-tuned crafts to do. If you ever try to embroider by hand and engrave it by hand, especially if they're doing this in the wood and in the stone and in the gold and the silver and brass, that's tough. That's tough stuff. Don't let it fool you, man. We're just reading the step by step. This doesn't really detail or outline the effort that goes into this. Some of these skills, you know, some of these brothers were learning, some of the brothers and sisters were learning on the spot too, because it even said that the brother put in his heart that he may teach. So some of these people are learning it for the first time. You know, maybe they were bricklayers or something like that, or field workers back in Egypt. Now they're being trained to engrave and to embroider, to dye clothes, to hewn wood, to cut stone. These are different skill sets that are used for a very specific purpose. So like I only picked up blacksmithing because of the UPK. I specifically picked up that skill because we needed a metal worker in the school. And you got other brothers that are doing it too. Outside of the UPK, I would never have gone down that road. Never would have thought about it. So just, there's a reason why these brothers were getting it in, because they had a task, they had a purpose to fulfill. Keep going.
Verse 35.
Verse 30. I thought you just read that.
Slice.
Oh, if you weren't done, go ahead. I said on reply, slack. So he'll take your spot and then we'll call you up. All right?
Verse 30.
I'll probably save you for the last 7.
Chapter 30. This is the book of Exodus. Chapter 36, verse 1. Then wrought Bezalel and Aholiab and every wise-hearted man in whom the Lord put wisdom and understanding to know how to work all manner of work for the service of this sanctuary, according to all that the Lord had commanded.
So now some people are just better at certain tasks. They got a better eye for it. They got the better hand-eye coordination, body mechanics to get certain things done. Some brothers are just better at carrying 1,000,000 pounds to and from. You know what I'm saying? It could be a pile of stones that got to move from over here to over here to build up this wall. But you got to mind, you got to source those from a quarry, a football field away. You got to chop down whole trees. Some brothers are better at swinging an axe versus finely engraving, stone and wood and metal. So it's all about, kind of getting in where you fit in and applying your individual skill sets and interests. You're never really going to take the work that you're doing serious if you don't have an interest to do it in the first place. Some people don't want to learn calligraphy, for example. So even though they might end up being good at it, they might struggle with it long term because it's not an interest of theirs to even do. So you definitely want to try to tailor. I mean, if the work needs to get done, whether you like it or not, you got to jump in because we have to get this accomplished. But it is good to have an assortment of brothers and sisters with different skill sets so you can kind of tailor some of these tasks to. Keep going.
Verse 2. And Moses called Bezalel and Aholiab and every wise-hearted man in whom heart the Lord had put wisdom, even everyone whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work to do it. Verse 3. And they received of Moses all the offering, which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary, to make it withal. And they brought yet unto him free offerings every morning.
So we left out of Egypt 600,000 men, besides the children, and then the mixed multitude. So figure, maybe a conservative estimate, 1 million, maybe a little bit more, coming out of Egypt. That's over the size of Milwaukee. Milwaukee's sitting at about 600,000. Well, I think it's closer to 500,000 now. But if you've ever been to Milwaukee, and those of us that do live here, look at the physical footprint of the city of Milwaukee. Even as dense as it is, probably would have been tents, kind of side by side. every 15, 20 feet or something like that. I don't know. It would have been probably larger setups, you know, for bigger families. A few tents in one spot for larger families. But now every day, they're gathering more and more of their resources, collectivizing, bringing them to Moses as this offering to get this the sanctuary established. For the garments, for the ephods, for the breastplates, for the curtains, for the curtain rods. Again, brothers, giving it up freely, silver and gold, things that right now, you know, we would covet. We would hide under the mattress, put in the safe, put in a security deposit box. They're giving up all their silver and gold for the work of the Lord, so that they can make this thing precious and glorious. You know, it took us a while to find like this menorah. Now that was a hell of a find at an antique shop. We probably could have found something pretty cool ordered online, made in China. I think this was, I don't know if it was handmade in America, but this was a, you know, this is like a one of a kind piece probably. He may have made others of them, but I've never seen any of these. Never seen them online, never seen them on Amazon. And that's solid brass. Imagine having to, you know, brass cups, brass dishes, brass silverware, jewelry, things like that. Having to throw it all in a big pile, smelt it all down, make your own molds for candlesticks. I don't believe we had menorahs back then. No, yeah, because even in the first temple that they had said. No, because that was after the Maccabean era, I think. I have to double check on that on when the menorahs actually started coming into play as a cultural use. But all this stuff being gathered on a daily basis, just offered up, all your finest clothes, all the jewelry, all the gold, all the precious metal, just to get melted down and used for something completely different than how you had it. And that's where brotherhood comes in. That's where that spirit comes in, that willingness to make these free will offerings. Because again, nobody was getting paid for this. This wasn't like, you bring us your gold, we'll give you a pound of rice, you know, that you can eat. This was like a communal activity, or that everybody's pitching in on. But now we're back into the Hebrew, Exodus 36, verse 4. I hope you can take these 7.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 36, verse 4, in the Hebrew. Uyabu. Call. Hachakamayam. Ha'ishim. Call. Malakaf. Hakodash. Ayash. Ayash. Mum la kathar. Ashar. Hamar. Asham. Verse 5. We are Marwa. Ah. Masha'a.
Shah.
Masha.
It's Moses.
Lamar. Morabium. Morabium. Ha'aim. Lahabium. Madya. Ha'ibada. Lamala ka. Ashar. Tizawah. Yahweh. Laisha. Athah. Verse 6. We are Tizawa. Masha.
Waya Abayara.
We are Ibayara. We are Ibayara. Kwawa. Bamakhana. Lamar. Ayash. Washa. All. Yeah, Aisha. Iwa. Malaka. Latharal Math. Hakwadash. We are Kala. Ha'ain. Mahabiyah, verse 7.
So words like this start off with the waha because that's going to be for the preposition. So the malaka, that's the actual word. So waha malaka.
Waha Malakah. Hayatha.
You got it.
The young. Lakal. Hamalakah. La Aishawath. The Fa. Wahawathar. Verse 8. We Aisha. Call. Chacham. La. Ba'aisha. Hamlak. Ah. Hamashakan. Ashar. Yariai. Shasha. Mashazar. Wathakalaf. Wa'oragman. Withal life. Shanya. Karabian. Maisha. Khasha. Aisha. Athon. Verse 9. A rock.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Hiya. Raya. Hiya.
Raya.
There's gonna be a bunch of those coming up too.
Chaf. Shamana. Shaman. Shamna. Wa'aisharyam. Bama. Warahab. Arabai. Bama.
Hiya.
Raya. Chaf. Mada. Chaf. Recall. Raya. That's what I'm saying.
No, you got 10 yet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're 10.
We khabar. Hamash. Raya. Ice. Raya. Chaf. Al. Chaf. Wachamash. Raya. Khabar. Chaf. Al. Chaf.
All right, back to the English. Exodus chapter 36, verses 4 through 10.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 35, chapter 36, verse 4. And all the wise men that wrought all the work of the sanctuary came every man from his work, which they made. 5. Verse 5. And they spake unto Moses, saying, the people bring much more than enough for the service of the work.
So now after being commanded to gather all these items, now the people that are making everything, they're saying, all right, we got enough. Keep going.
which the Lord commanded to make. Verse 6. And Moses gave commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, Let neither man nor woman make any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. So the people were restrained from bringing.
Now, sometimes, as much as I can appreciate the artistry of Old English, sometimes they just drag it out a little bit more than what it needed to be. You know, verse 6. All right, Moses said we got enough. Could have been just right there. We could have just ended that. But you know, give it, you know, leave it to these guys and turn it into a whole production. But again, just kind of detailing the steps and the order, how everything happened here. Keep going.
Come. Verse 7. For the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to make it, and too much. Verse 8. And every wise-hearted man among them that wrought the work of the tabernacle made 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, with cherubims, and cunning work made he them. Verse 9. The length of one curtain was 28 cubits, the breadth of the curtain 4 cubits.
So again, a cubit was from the elbow, on average from the elbow to the tip of the finger. So let's say that's maybe 18 inches, give or take, times 20. So I mean, that's a long ass curtain. So that's probably from the floor to ceiling. What is it? I think 13 feet. Let's see what roughly the cubit would have been. Yeah, so 18 inches, so 1.5 feet. All right, so 20 cubits, that would have been about 30 feet. So my bad, that's about twice the height of this. That was one curtain. That was the length of one curtain. Now 4 cubits going across, that's going to be 6 feet. So about the length of this table, I think this might be just under 6 feet. About the width of this table, and then 30 feet tall. That was one curtain. And they made many of these. Keep going.
Come. The curtain were all of one size.
So all of these curtains are all 30 feet by 6 feet. Good.
Verse 10. And he coupled the 5 curtains, one unto another. And the other 5 curtains he coupled one unto another.
So these turned into roughly 30 by 30 foot drapes. That's pretty crazy. All right, back into the Hebrew. Exodus chapter 36, verse 11. Good if you need to step down. If you need to step. Verse 11. Uyaisha, Lalaaf, Takalaf, Ayo, Shapaf, Hayarayaiha, Ha'achaf, Makwatazah, Bama Chavaraf, Gan, Aisha, Bashapa. Haya Raya Hakwataz Hakwaya Tazawana. Mahabara. Hasaniya. Verse 12. Hamashayam. Lala'at. Aisha. Baya Raya Hacha. Wa Hamashayam. Lala'at. Aisha. Bakwataza. Haya Raya Asar. Bama Khabara. Hasaniya. Makwa Bayala. Halala'at. Akha. All Akha. Verse 13. Wayaisha. Kamashim. Horacia. Zahab. Wayakhabar. Haya Raya'ith. Slakia. Haya Ra'ith. Achaf. All Achaf. Bakwarasim. Waya Haya. Hamashakan. Achaf. Verse 14. Waya. Slakia. Waya Aisha. Waya. Slakia. Uriah Ith, Isayam, Lahal, Ayah, Hamashakan, Aishathia, Aishara, Ayah, Slacket, Uriah Ith, Aisha, Atham, verse 15, Arak, so that might be Arakah. Ayah Raya Ha'achat Shalashim Ba'ama. Wait, slack it. Wa Arabai Amwat Rachab Ayah Raya Ha'achat Madah Achat Laishiat slack it. Laishafia, Aishara, Uriah Ith, verse 16. Verse 16. Uyachabar, Hamash, Haya Raya Ith, Labat, Wa'af, Shashah, Haya Raya Ith, Labat, verse 17. Wayaisha, La La'at, Chamashim, Ayah, Shapath, Haya Raya Hakwaya Tazana, Lama Chabarat, Wachamashim, Lala'at, Aisha, Ayah, Shapath, Haya Raya Hachabarat, Hashaniya. Back into the English. Exodus chapter 36, verses 11 through 17.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 36, verse 11. And he made loops of blue on the edge of one curtain from the selvage in the coupling. Likewise, he made in the uttermost of another curtain. He made in the uttermost side of another curtain, in the coupling of the second. 50 loops made he in one curtain, and 50 loops made he in the edge of the curtain, which was in the coupling of the second. The loops held one curtain to another. Verse 13. And he made 50 taches of gold and coupled the curtains one into another with the taches. So it became one tabernacle. Verse 14. And he made curtains of goat's hair for the tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains he made them. Verse 15. The length of one curtain was 30 cubits.
So now we had 20 cubits before, 30 cubits, and 20 cubits was 30 feet. So now add another 11 and a half. So this is over 40 feet. Keep going.
And 4 cubits was the breadth of one curtain. The 11 curtains were of one size. Verse 16. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves. Verse 17. And he made 50 loops upon the uttermost edge of the curtain in the coupling. The 50 loops and the 50 loops made he upon the edge of the curtain, which coupleth the second.
Back into the Hebrew, Exodus chapter 36, verse 18 through 24. Yaisha, Horacia, Nachashah, Hamashim, Lachabar, Ha'ahar, Lahiyah, Achad. Verse 19. Yaisha, Makasah, Lahar, Irath, Aryam, Ma'admiyam, Slack it. Yeah, Ma'admiyam. Wamakasah, Irath, Thachashim, Malah Ma'ila. Verse 20. Yaisha, Aquarashim, Lamashkan, Etaziyah, Shatyam, Ahmad. Verse 21. Aishar, Amath, Arka, Hakwarash, Wama, Uchad Taziyah, Ama, Rachab, Hakwarash, Ha'achad. Verse 22. Shathiyah, Yada, Hakwarash, Ha'achad, Mashalabah, Achad, Al Achad, Khan, Aisha, Lakal, Parashia, Hamashakan. Verse 23. Yaisha, Aquarashim, Lamashakan, Aishari. It's like Aishari. Korashium, Lapa'ah, Naga, Thayamana. Verse 24. Warabayim, Adanya, Kasak, Aisha, Thachat, Aishari, Hakorashim, Shanya, Adanyam, Thachat, Hakorash, Ha'achad, Lashiyah, Slaki, Lashafia, Yadathiwa, Washanya, Adanyam, Thachat, Hakorash, Ha'achad, Lashafia, Yadathua. Back into the English. Exodus chapter 36, verses 18 through 24. And we're seeing a lot of the numbers that we went over a couple weeks ago in last one Kodash too. If anybody noticed. Good.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 36, verse 18. And he made 50 taches of brass to couple the tent together, that it may be one. Verse 19. And he made a covering for the tent of ram skins, dyed red, and a covering of badger skins above that. Verse 20. And he made boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood, standing up. Verse 21. The length of the board was 10 cubits.
All right, so 10 cubits. What is that going to be? So, like 15 feet. Again, this ceiling, from floor to ceiling, I think this was about 13. Unless that was from there. I think this was about 13 feet from floor to ceiling. So these planks of wood were longer than this, taller than this. They had to make a bunch of them. We're seeing how big these curtains were. And that's going to be heavy too. Where the ram skins and the badger skins, a leather hide ain't, one leather hide. That's what we got right now. At least what we're using in a lot of our garments is it's cowhide, so that's going to be a bit thicker. So ram and the goats and the antelope, the skin's probably thinner on those. But definitely a lot thinner than those. So it won't be as heavy as using cowhide, but the curtains are 30 and 40 feet. That's gonna weigh down after a while. That's gonna be pretty heavy. That's big. So imagine how many of these planks they needed too. I don't know if it numbers the planks, but I know it goes over a lot of them. Keep going.
Come. Verse 21.
It's like finish 21. My fault.
The length of the board was 10 cubits, and the breadth of a board 1 cubit and a half.
1 cubit and a half. So boom, boom. So it's probably close to a yard. Probably close to 3 feet. So about 15 feet by almost 3 feet. Good.
Verse 22. One board had 2 tenons, equally distant from one another. Thus did he make for all the boards of the tabernacle. Verse 23. And he made boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side, southward.
All right, so we are getting the number of the boards. So 15 feet tall by about 3 feet wide times 20 going down. That's going to be almost 60 feet in length going down. Keep going.
Come.
Wait.
Verse 24. And 40 sockets of silver. And he made under the 20 boards.
So we're lining the bottom of these boards with silver. Again, that's no, like nowadays the amount of silver, that gold and silver and brass that they're spending on this, it's worth a lot of money. These are things that appreciated over time. And we're using them to line the bottom of the boards. Good.
Two sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. Verse 25. And for the other side of the tabernacle, which is toward the north corner, he made 20 boards. Verse 26. And there 40 sockets of board, and 2 sockets under another board. Verse 27.
Read 26 again.
And there 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. Verse 27. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward, he made 6 boards.
So now 6 boards, that's going to be like 18 to 20 feet, give or take. So about 60 feet long, about 20 feet wide, almost. That looks to be about the dimensions of this tabernacle. So with that, we're going to bring up the next priest to read. Mariam, let's up here. I present thy name in thy registry.
Yahweh, Barya,
Your registry first.
Yahweh, Da, Rapah, Barya, Bar Yasha.
It's like Rapaya, the Bang Yahweh, the Bang Yasha.
Yahbashim Yashabakta.
Yahbashim Yashabakta. It's like it's that side.
La Yashala.
I can be seated. We're in Exodus chapter 36, verse 25 through 31 in the Hebrew.
Okay. For Yah, Taza, Yah,
Let it go.
where Yah,
Sounds like you're saying yeah again. It's not. There's no yeah.
where Yah, La,
Yeah.
where Yah, where La, Raya, Raya,
Saying it again.
Yeah,
La.
la, la, Raya, la, la, ta, yeah, la. Raya, taza,
Tazalai.
taza, laya,
Not a ya at the end.
Taza.
Wallah, Tazalai.
taza, la. Raya, taza, yeah. Raya, taza, la. Ha, ma, ya, ha, ma, sa, pa, la. Haya, hi, ma, ha, ma, sha, ba,
Not a ba.
sha, ba,
It's not a ba.
sha, ya. Look at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not ba.
Ba.
It's not ba. It's very close to it. Find the next one that looks really close to ba.
Sha, ta, sha, ta,
The.
ya, qua.
I might have to print off a larger one for you.
Sha, wa, ma, sha, ya.
No.
Ha, the,
It's no the.
ha, ma, sha, sha,
Yeah, it's rough. It's like just for time's sake because we are a little bit over. It's like Hamashikan, Hashaniat, Tapa'at, Tazpuan, Ashad, Acharium, Korashium, verse 26. Wa Rabayim. Adanyaham. Kasa. Sanya. Adanyam. Bacha. HaKorash. HaAchad. Washanya. Adanyam. Bacha. HaKorash. HaAchad. Verse 27. Walaya Rakathia. Hamashakan. Yama. Aisha. Shashaha. Korashim. Verse 28. Washanya. Korashim. Aisha. Lamar Kotazait. Hamashakan. Bayarakathim. Verse 29. Wahaywa. It's like Wahaywa. The Wa'amam. Malamata. Wayachadwu. Yahaywa. Tamiyam. All. Ra'ashwa. It's like it. All. Rashah. All. Pataba'ait. Hachaf. Khan. Aisha. Lashanya Ham. Lashanya. Hamak Tazait. Verse 30. Wahaywa. Shamana. Warashim. Wadanyam. Kasa. Shasaha. Aishar. Adanyam. Shanya. Adanyam. Shanya. Adanyam. Tacha. HaKorash. HaAchad. Verse 31. Wayaisha. Barayachaya. Etaziyah. Shatyam. Kamak. Kamasha. HaKorashia. Tazalai. It's like a Tazalai. Hamashakan. HaAchad. Back into the English for the last 7 verses. Exodus chapter 36, verses 25 through 31 in English. Good.
Exodus chapter 36 to 25. And for the other side of the tabernacle, which is toward the north corner, make and he made 20 boards, 26, and 40, and there are 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board and 2 sockets under another board. Verse 27. And for the size of the tabernacle westward, he made 6 boards, 28, and 2 boards made for 28, and 2 boards made for the, he made the corners of the tabernacle and the 2 sides, 29, and he were coupled beneath and coupled together at the head thereof to one ring. This he did to both of them and both the corners. Verse 30, and said, and there were 8 boards and 30, and their sockets were 16 sockets of silver, and every board under every board 2 sockets.
So again, sockets of silver, of pure silver, just to line the bottom of the boards. So the bottom of the board like this, a socket of silver at the bottom of it. Just for the decorative nature of it. I don't think that really serves any functional purpose, but it's gonna look cool. Good.
31. And he made bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of 1 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle.
And if you'd like to see how many more boards we have made for this tabernacle, tune in with us next Sabbath service. With that, I'm visual Amagi. Up on Yaakov again, that just means turn to face the east, right behind us. Closing out the Lord's Prayer, you can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 through 13. Abanau, Shabbat Shemai, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Sabbath, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawak, Hayah, Ashemai, Latundana, Bakam. Call, Won't, Wasalak now, Kawak now, Salak now, Kawaki now, Abiana, Bansawan, Ball, Shana, Ayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Hapara, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. We forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Pray for the Hakak, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Shah. Nathan now. Hakak. Lara Pa'ak. Call Masalak. Wakal Marawak. Hakak. Hamatas Rain. Hakak. Amafi. Lagar,
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. How to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. So be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Brother, bless Israel and Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Yahushua.
Barak Lanawa. Hashem Yahushua. In English, Yahweh. In Yahushua. Bless us and Yasha'Allah. In the school. In the name of Yahushua. So be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha, sorry. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. Whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. How is thy keeping? How is thy shade upon thy right hand? The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. How shall preserve thee from all evil? He shall preserve thy soul. How shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. Let's start forth, even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew, Al-Hayy. Beyond the car. All Kayahana, Awayabika, Yahama Yawan, Mashanayika, Sha'awa Ra'ash, Al Aimuka, Awayam, Sawa, Waya, Kaya Ekazwa, Altazapawanyika, Tomorrow, Lakwa, Wanakakidam, Magawi, Wala'a, Yasaka, Shamya Sa'al, Wa, Kaya, Nawa Tazwa, La, Yakhadwa, Alyaka, Arya, Karafu, Halia, Adawam, Waya Shema Alayam, Awab, Wahagari, Kabal, Wa'amawan, Amalak, Alashat, Bishabi, Tazawar, Yamasubor, Dalawa, Imam, Ayawa, Sarawat, Abanyalawa, Salat, Shalaham, Kamari, Kasiyah, Sara'at, Kayabi, Barakal, Boyashwan, Nashamaru, Ba'ayan the Ara, Haywa, Daman, Ladam, Shaitam, Nadayab Nuwa, Kaira, Wakazab, Wakazba, Wakazal Benai, Tar Masakamu, Bashar, Amaru, Rashad. Lanawa. Nawa. Alahayim. Alahayat. Shayatabu. Kagagala. Kwash. Panya. Bakak. Ka'ash. Saba Ira. Ya'ira. Wakalahaba. Alahat. Aryam. Kandar Dak. Masa Africa. Masa Wapaka. Sabalaham. Mala'ah. Hanyaham. Kwalawan. Yabakwash. Shamkash. Yahabu. Yabash. Yabahar. 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 Yadaiwa. Yatha. Shamkash. Yahabu. Bak. In English, keep not the silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, O God.
Be not still, O God.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
Come,
let us cut them off from being a nation.
let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yahshua may be no more remembered.
That the name of Yahshua may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of
And
Edom.
the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
The
The
Ball.
Gaul.
Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have all the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
Kisan.
As to Kisan.
Which perished at Endor.
They
They became as dung for the earth.
became dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like red.
Make the nobles like red.
Like sand.
Like sand.
Yeah. Princes as Sabah.
All the princes of the Lot.
Who said, let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession.
On my power.
On my power.
Like the wheel.
Make it like the wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame set the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill the face with shame.
Fill the face with shame.
That they seek thy name.
Let them seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
Oh, Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yeah. Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That they may know that thou,
And they may know that
whose name alone is Yahweh,
the name of the Lord is power.
art the most high.
Oh,
World the earth. For the power structure of the Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh, Yahushua. Ameaka'ala. Alahayim. Atazabiyah, Alawat Yahana. Alawapim. Asaranyim. Batazayanyim. Akayayelyim. Akwakwapim. Yahweh. Sim Yahushua. Kawala Aman. In English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And
And Yahushua.
Mike. The angel.
And the angel.
Making General Yahan.
The general.
The general. Captain. The officer. The troopers. And the system. Yahweh. The name Yahushua. Thank you so big.
Thank you so big.
Blessed be you, Yahweh.
Blessed be you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh. Name Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right.
And leave us in curses.
And leave us curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Not prophets.
Not prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite
and the school.
and the schools.
So leave us in curses.
And leave us in curses.
And punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school, force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary, send hills and curses, punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nation, and the drug dealer, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, elect synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Cosmopolitan, gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, the Alexis channel, radio channel, convict the spirit of many of our people that seek to stop us, bring swift destruction to all the heathens that stand in the way, trying to stop us, broadcasting your words, throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plan, cause them to go to and fro, consume them. Plague shake the house of the feet, and murder. Let your house shine. Get it down the flying saucers. Punch all the heathen. Come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all. Cause it to be spread through the media. Throughout the whole world. Cause it to shake. Thank you always. So be it. Talk to the front.
So the Torah, sorry.
Yahba Shim Yahshabrak Yah.
Yahba Shem Yahshabrak Yah. Yahba Shem Yahshabrak Yah.
Yahba Shim Yahshabrak Yah. Yahba Shim Yahshabrak Yah.
Yahweh Shem Yahshabrak Yah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barak Yah.
Midwest Fire Weekend, July 31st, August 3rd, September 21st, Memorial Feast of the Bone of the Trophy. 2007. So long.
Ooh, 27 Club.
All right, gang, let's really nail it this time. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk can't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never